Hi, my name is Mike Carr. I am a member of Toastmasters, and today I wanted to go over some of the particulars about how Toastmasters is organized organizationally. This is one of the things that, as new members, is not always immediately clear. After you've been around the bend for a little bit, this will all become second nature to you. But when you first start out, this all seems a bit arcane. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you a little slide that Toastmasters has called the map of service, which I think does a really good job of kind of giving us the organizational structure. If you look at the map of service, you'll see at the peak at the top is the members. That's yourself. Members are composed into clubs. You might be a member of one club, you might be a member of multiple clubs. Within that club, you have a number of people on the executive that might help you administer that club. You'll know about your president, your vice president of education, membership, and public relations. Those three VPs are very active within the club. As well, you have a number of support officers, the secretary, treasurer, and sergeant at arms in particular. In a lot of clubs, you will find an immediate past president. Certainly not every club, but most clubs will continue on with that. That's kind of a mentorship position, somebody that can offer support to the president in particular, because it's going to be a lonely job at the top. The clubs are composed into areas, and there can be anywhere from 3 to 5 clubs in an area. It kind of depends to some degree. Areas are represented by an area director, although there can also be supporting structure to help that area director, depending how active the area is. The map of service outlines some of those potential roles. In my experience, I haven't seen them used super frequently. It's generally the area director trying his best to kind of keep things running. Areas are made up into divisions. So in the case of my district, my area, our club fits into the area along with a number of other local clubs. Those areas are made up into a division. As it notes here, that division director is kind of the primary officer that helps to run that division. Again, there's supporting people that can be roped in, but in my experience, I haven't seen this super frequently. Again, I might be expressing my bias here from a northern BC standpoint, but the divisions are folded into districts, and districts usually the kind of organizational unit that most people are aware of. So I'm going to stop for a second here and just give you local examples, which may or may not be applicable to your particular situation. So I am a member of Prince George Toastmasters. That's the club that I am part of. And presently, my club is part of Area 43. Area 43 at this point is made up of Prince George, Quesnel, Williams Lake. So it's a little segment within northern British Columbia. Our division is basically northern BC, kind of a line at the 100-mile house mark and up is going to be our division. And our district is the province of British Columbia as delineated by the Fraser River, roughly. So there is a southern district, District 21, that's kind of the south half of the river. District 96 tends to be the north half of the river, basically. So in terms of geographic regions, that's kind of how it corresponds. Now, districts, if you want to get really fancy, there's some real high-powered people at the district level. Almost all of these positions usually are filled. I don't think I've ever seen an exception to that. So there is usually an executive committee at the district level, which is made up of the presidents and vice president of education, and as well as there's a number of different officials. As they say here, the district director is kind of heading everything up. You've got the program quality director, which is your education person, your club growth director, which is your membership person, and so on and so forth. And they have rough analogs to what occurs at the club executive level. If you want to get real fancy beyond that, there is regions. So districts kind of are composed within regions. In our particular case, Region 1 is the region that we fall within. and all of the regions were oversaw by a board of directors, and then ultimately by the world headquarters staff. So the world headquarters staff kind of take their leadership, take their direction from the board of directors. They're the kind of, the government equivalent. I suppose your board of directors is like your elected officials, whereas your world headquarters is kind of like your civil authority. It's like your union employees that are helping to run the government, that they don't lose their position every time there's an election or anything like that. So this, in a nutshell, gives you the sense of the organizational structure. Clubs are made up into areas, areas into divisions, divisions into districts, districts into regions, and ultimately we're all oversaw at a high level by the board of directors. That, in a nutshell, is the Toastmasters organizational structure. Thank you.